You're wrong about engine braking. Not because you're stupid, but because everything you've been taught about it is wrong. Most people avoid engine braking. They avoid downshifting entirely because they believe it's dangerous. And that belief comes from myths repeated online that people blindly follow. But in the real world, engine braking is everywhere. You see it in racing, you see it in semi-trucks, you even see it in school buses, not because it's flashy, but because it works. It isn't complicated. Engine braking is just controlled downshifting to slow down the car. But here's the boring explanation. On a gasoline engine, when you lift off the gas, the ECU cuts fuel. The throttle plate closes, airflow drops, and the engine is still mechanically connected to the wheels. The wheels keep turning the engine, but now the engine is resisting rotation. That resistance is what slows the car down. That resistance comes from inside the cylinders, because with the throttle plate mostly closed, the piston wastes effort trying to suck against a closed throttle every intake stroke, and that wasted stroke is called pumping loss. Energy from the wheels and inertia of the car is being eaten by the crankshaft trying to use it to pull air in against the vacuum. And the higher the RPM you're at when you lift off the throttle, the stronger that effect becomes. More RPM means more intake strokes per second, more strokes means more energy being absorbed, giving you stronger engine braking at higher RPM. But diesels do it differently. Diesels don't use a throttle plate unless they've been screwed by emissions, so they need other ways to waste energy on purpose. The most aggressive example is a Jake brake. With a Jake brake, the engine pulls in a large volume of air, compresses it, injects no fuel, and then opens the exhaust valve at the top of the compression stroke. Instead of that compressed air pushing the piston back down, it gets released into the exhaust. All the work used to compress that air is wasted because there's no payoff, no combustion. That's why Jake brakes slow trucks so hard, and that's why they sound so insane. Exhaust brakes are simpler. They restrict the exhaust flow and create back pressure. That forces the piston to waste energy pushing exhaust out during the exhaust stroke. It's the entire point of back pressure, to waste power, and it's so damn good at it they can use it to brake. Because when your goal is slowing the vehicle, wasting energy is exactly the point. Different engines, different tools, same idea. You're always engine braking off throttle. Downshifting just gets the job done quicker instead of pretending the brakes are doing all the work.